Hello, I'm Jason Stephenson and welcome to Tiny Daily Kick. A break is often called for. Now, if you're anything like me, I need to be reminded of this again and again and again and again and again. Look, I like to do so many things that sometimes it builds up fast. And recently, there's been quite a few interviews having to be kicked in for the new year. And I think there was about 10 that were booked. I had to postpone them today. I just needed time. I started to do that old thing that I'd only just spoken about of filling up the calendar, and I needed a break. Now, I used to think that once I made a commitment, I just had to follow it through. But that's not the truth. I had a good old chat to my little friend ChatGPT this morning, and it gently reminded me and said, no, you don't actually have to do that. You can postpone things. What matters first is your mental health and to look after your state. So, of course, it matters that we don't let others down on purpose and that we give them plenty of time if we're taking breaks or postponing appointments. But what does matter is not to let yourself get overwhelmed. I noticed that this busyness was creeping back in. Today I was paying some invoices, expenses were piling up, there was more demands coming in from lots of different directions, and that old feeling of go, 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 go returned. And I quickly found myself saying, release, release, release. And I did, and I have. I've taken the day off. I took a reset. I've gone back to doing my recordings and my scripts. That's what I'm here for in the first place. Productivity quietly started equaling that good boy Jason. You got it all figured out. You've got it all locked in your calendar once more. Good on you, Jay. Yeah, you're a good man. No, 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 no. It reminded me of how easy it is to move back into a space that defeats the whole purpose of purpose and happiness. And there's a common pattern here. That go, go, go feeling where external jobs start to feel more important than living a peaceful, calm life. And for a lot of people, and I know this especially in the entrepreneur world, there's a chase for the highs of rising success and then wanting more. Now, this can be often misunderstood about people wanting more money, especially with entrepreneurs. But it's not about the money. It's about what comes with the money, and it's the dopamine hits. That's the concern. And that's not necessarily money. It can be the views, the counts, the growth of a business, but it all relates to dopamine hits. And when that goes unchecked, it definitely leads to burnout and exhaustion. I've literally dealt with this all of my life. I can reflect back to in my early 20s. And I was doing everything, like from doing singing to concerts to rehearsals of a show to working full time to acting lessons to singing lessons to choir. And what would happen is I would literally burn myself out. So what I say today, the tiny daily kick for anyone that needs to hear this, go and sit out in nature. Cancel all appointments today, or even just for a few hours. Speak it out or write it on paper. It will become clear. And don't be afraid to cancel appointments if you need to. Just take care of yourself. Relief is allowed. You don't owe anyone anything. You do owe yourself peace and ease, and let that be enough for today. Until next time, I'm Jason Stephenson. Imagine boldly, then go out and live it.